Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. It's your boy Delray, Richardson, platinum artist, platinum songwriter, straight game TV. The numbers are in. The numbers are in. I'm gonna wait to come up in here and we can talk about it. The numbers are in. For everybody who was misled about what this really was about, uh, the numbers are in. And I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go down the list to let you really understand what this is about, and because most people didn't really get it in regards to the numbers game, and going head to head, song for song. I really like the example that was set in regards to this. I'm gonna wait till some more people come up in here. We can get at it, because you had a lot of people out there, like I said, in the giving out the false information or the false impression that somehow, some way, Drake was in the lead, or his songs or the songs that he had written for him were more lyrically prolific, if you will. It's simply not the case. They say men and women lie, but numbers don't. The numbers are in. Kareem Smith, what's happening? Dusty Pants, Sean Ali, what's good? The numbers are in, guys. Like I said, a lot of people would, we were going to YouTube, trying to check out the latest version of what was coming out. But I'm going to tell you right now that the numbers are in, and Kendrick Lamar has outsold Drake. Not only has he outsold Drake, but he's out-rapped Drake. And Kendrick Lamar right now has a #1 single in Not Like Us, based on this whole situation. I would say Kendrick Lamar has a club banger right now, because they playing it in clubs. They playing it everywhere. You see all of the TikTok videos, all of the YouTube shorts. Yeah, it's kind of taking on a life of its own, if you will. Right? So let's check this out. I did the research so you wouldn't have to, right? We're talking about the numbers, talking about the money, because this wasn't going on just for nothing. Not only was Kendrick making money, but like I said, the record label was. And right now, Kendrick has a #1 single on iTunes. Let me give you. I'm gonna give you the breakdown so that you really understand. Right now on iTunes, which is, other than Spotify, you're talking about being streamed, and I guess you can download too, right? Right now on iTunes, Not Like Us is the top song on iTunes right now. Right? Lisa Jackson, I thank you. I appreciate that. Right? Listen to what I'm about to tell y'all. Not only did Kendrick Lamar out-rap Drake, he outsold Drake. This is a head-up battle, song for song. See, this is what I like about this. I like the fact that, if you go song for song, kind of like the verses, it's kind of like a verses, and you having to write your verse, but we know Drake didn't write his verse, but for all intents and purposes, right? It's like a verses, dealing with the song. What I like about this is, if you're coming with your A game, right, you can basically make some money. Like I said, you got USA Today. They wrote a article basically talking about the 9 diss songs of 2024 so far from Drake and Kendrick Lamar. Like I told you, they under the same umbrella, which is Universal, right? But the fact of the matter is, this is what iTunes look like right now. The #1 single right now on iTunes is Not Like Us. Kendrick Lamar officially has a club banger from doing this beef situation with Drake right now. He has a #1 song, period. And you can call it on a humble, you can call it what you will, but he has a #1 song, right? The #3 song on iTunes, single right now, right, is Meet the Grams. Listen, Kendrick got listen, man. Kendrick has one, two, three. Kendrick has 3 songs in the top 10 songs on iTunes right now. Number 1 is Not Like Us, which is an official club banger. I've seen DJs banging it in the club, playing it because it's that upbeat, produced by DJ Mustard. The number 3 song on iTunes right now is Meet the Grams. The number 5 song on iTunes right now is Euphoria. Kendrick Lamar, right? And Drake is down at number 8 for Family Matters. Drake has number 8 for Family Matters in the top songs on iTunes right now. Kendrick has 3 songs in the top 10. I'm talking about Men and Women Lie. Numbers don't. Like I said, so no matter what, DJ Academics and, all of the people who basically were trying to favor Drake, like I said, I come in an unbiased manner. I'm dealing with the contents of what it is, the subject matter, the delivery, the artistry, and all of the things that you bring to your A game. Like I said, minus the marketing and promotion, but it was quite a bit of marketing promotion. Like I said, most people don't really understand how that happens. Like, we don't hear about these diss songs by mistake. You know what I mean? You could diss your partner, that y'all got a little rap battle in the neighborhood. We ain't gonna never hear about that. Like we hearing about Drake and Kendrick Lamar. And that's basically the machine working. But more so than the machine working, the music has to be quality. The music has to be up to par. And what was shown and displayed is when you control your destiny with that pad and that pen like Kendrick did, right? That he can deliver faster than Drake could, because Drake doesn't write his own rhymes. And proof of that, I'm talking about the data, the mathematics. The proof of that is that Kendrick Lamar has the number 1 single on iTunes right now, and Not Like Us. The number 3 single on iTunes right now with Meet the Grams. The number 5 single on iTunes right now in Euphoria. And Drake is only holding the number 8 spot. Perhaps if he was allowed to keep Tupac with that AI verse on there, then it would have somehow, some way, that might have been number 1 with the AI Snoop and the AI Tupac, but that wasn't allowed to stand at all. I told you last night that the situation was like a 6-3, if you will, from that perspective, right? Yeah. So I don't, when they said Drake put out the song Hearts 6, I was like, how did they get the number 6? That's kind of a little bit, misleading right there, if you will. How did he get the number 6 when he only put out 3 songs? Well, 4, but the other one got taken down. From that perspective, which was a blemish from that perspective, like I said. So it doesn't really matter now. Most people don't understand. We could sit here and talk about who we like and who we favor and who we, and be biased. I won't be biased from that standpoint. Kendrick Lamar was a superior lyricist. His delivery, his timing, how he dropped the songs when he chose to drop the songs, right? And like I said, it was great marketing overall from the record label, because if you notice, when we got the songs, we got the lyrics all written out. You know what I mean? All of that's planned. When you do a song for any record label, anything like that, they need you to write out the lyrics, and you send it to them so that they can have the lyrics and, what they call sheet music, lyric sheet music. You know what I mean? If you go to Genius Lyrics, you can go to a lot of these little lyric companies on there. They'll tell you who's the writer, who's the publisher, who's the producer. You know what I mean? Who controls, all of the rights to the song from that perspective, right? No, we didn't hear anything from Slim Shady or feel anything. Like I said, once again, what's gonna have to be proven is when somebody drops a record, you're gonna have to drop something real now. Like I said, back in the day, well, a couple of years ago, when the Migos was dropping, it was like the style they had was kind of unorthodox, and it was like and making all these noises and stuff like that. Like I said, um, right now, Kendrick Lamar has shown that lyrical ability is going to be required, right? Is going to be required to be able to uh, uh, hold yourself in the rap game now. No, Migos was dope, but like I said, once again, I look at the lyrical content when you deliver a song, right? You deliver a song, in having it, like I said, Migos had some club bangers, the bad, the bougie, all of that. They had some joints, but like I said, now we had moved away from being lyrically savvy, right? We had moved away from that to this thing where anybody could come in and do a song. Like, it was like, like the microwave music. A dude could be like, I got some Fruit Loops, and I can make a song, and it doesn't really have to be anything, and don't have to really be saying anything. The record company would get behind it and promote it. You know, I think those days are coming to be about over. And like I said, because people are tired of being dumbed down with the same old, and you got to be able to be saying something. It was at one time when people would come and do, artists would come out. The reason why we went to check them out, because they were doing something that the average person who claimed that they rap couldn't do. That's what made it special, right? Now it's not that way no more. So I'm still banging, 96, 97, 98, Redman, Method Man, Tupac, uh, 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 Scarface, his last joint he put out. You know what I mean? People who consistently put out music that drop jewels in their music. Kendrick is one of those individuals. You know what I mean? Um, like I said, that gives me more um of something to grow on, if you will. But like I said, right now, Kendrick Lamar won. Not only did he win the rap battle, he won the sales battle. For everybody who was not paying attention to that at that particular time, like I told you, "Not Like Us" is the number one song on iTunes right now. Period. Point blank. It's over Beyonce's Texas Hold'em, all of those songs right now. I think if I'm not mistaken, I would believe that Kendrick Lamar has a platinum single now, platinum or gold single in Not Like Us. And that's based on the fact that you know, Drake wanted to enter the lion's den, should I call it. Drake wanted to enter the lion's den with a sorceress with that pen and that pad. You know what I mean? And like I said, an official club banger, man. They're gonna be banging it in clubs all across the country, or better yet, all around the world. You know what I mean? It's that type of record. It's a dancing record. You know what I mean? But like I said, it's a diss record. You know, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. So like I said, the it's done, and I don't even think, from what I understand, I don't even think that Kendrick Lamar will even respond to that Heart 6 thing. It doesn't even want a response. Like I said in the title of the video, basically, Drake said, that that Kendrick got him second guessing. When you put something like that in any kind of diss track right there, somebody got you second guessing. Second guessing what? You supposed to come with it. Um, and yeah, with that was the official, white flag. Drake raised the white flag on that one, or whoever wrote that for him. And yeah, it's over. I don't even think, like, Kendrick to respond right now, it would be a little bit overkill, right? So yeah, yeah, he definitely did his thing, man. 3 songs in the top 10. When was the last time? Listen, when the last time that been done? You know what I mean? I'm waiting on the press release about that. Kendrick Lamar has 3 songs in the top 10 right now on iTunes. Number 1, Not Like Us. Number 3, Meet the Grams. Number 5, Euphoria. Right? And like I said, the artists that he's beating out, Benson Boone, um, BTS. He's beating out Drake with Family Matters, which is at number 8. Jimmy Allen, Lose Control by Teddy Swims. Um, he's also beaten out Randy Travis, um, Shabuzi, a bar song, Tipsy, if you will. Yeah, Kendrick doing his thing right now. You know, so we're gonna see what happens. You know, from here. Like I said, once again, I think Drake is really second guessing his whole career. When we hear Drake drop something new, a new song or whatever, it's not gonna be received the same anymore. It's just that simple. You know what I mean? It's not going to be received the same. He should have stayed in his lane. Like I said, I think Drake should have just stayed in his lane and kept writing, doing the type of music that he was doing. But when yeah. No, it's not that truth teller, it's not even that he sounded tired, right? He wasn't the one that was crafting these lyrics. Yeah, yeah. And like I said, it wasn't even that he sounded defeated. It wasn't defeated. He didn't craft the lyrics. When you got to remember a rhyme that somebody wrote for you, it's not going to be the same. You listen to Kendrick's delivery, you can tell, yo, he sat there, he thought of that, he wrote that, and he performed that in the studio, right? It's different. The delivery, the energy, everything that you put behind it, because those words came from your mind, right? But when somebody wrote it for you and they give you a draft demo track, right? And then you got to go sit down, yeah, and you got to go sit down and remember it. Well, 3 writers on push-ups, right? See, right. Say there you go. So you got 3 right. So now when you got to do that, when you have to do that, and like I said, for all intents and purposes, from a monetary standpoint, I commend the ghostwriters that write for Drake because they able to feed their family too. You know what I mean? So when you're talking business is one thing. When you're talking the actual the artistry, the art itself, right? Well, yeah, right. Like you say, West Side Piff, absolutely right. And so, but on side of that, like I said, to be able to get around that, we're gonna get that. And I appreciate the people that come, that's listening real closely, because like I said, you guys are appreciated from that perspective. Like a West Side Piff, you know what I mean? Yeah. And like I said, the manipulation with the whole thing and having certain people um go on their YouTube channel and try to oversell something with the antics that they pull off when they're talking about certain stuff. It doesn't, like I said, the numbers right now don't say anything that they told you. Like I said, DJ Academics was like, oh, Drake, he just dropped the one. Wow, did it come back? Was this the sneak this or coming back? No, it wasn't a comeback. No, it was another step down, because the numbers right now said that the people who pay for music, who download music, who stream music, right now, the number one song on iTunes is not like us. Right. Men and women lie. West Side Piff. Men and women lie. Numbers don't. You tell me whatever you want to tell me. But like I said, you know what I mean? And I say that to say, in the sense of, somebody getting on here and saying whatever they're saying. It's like, nah, that's not what the people feeling, you know. And that's not because one is being promoted over the other, because a lot of them, like I say, when they were downloaded, they uploaded to YouTube, and that's where everybody first heard it. Everybody does their video, but guess what? They were also uploaded to what? Spotify, iTunes, and they were made for sale. This was a business move. This was a strategic marketing move, right? From that perspective. And as we see, the results of that is success for Kendrick Lamar. Also, Drake at number 8, you know what I mean, for Family Matters. But Kendrick, even in the numbers from that perspective, is beating them out 3-1. You know what I mean? So when we understand what that is, we understand the whole purpose of what this has all been about. Yeah, Drake's voice and his bars simply have no weight because he didn't write it. I just said that again. Instant messenger, appreciate that. You know, more importantly, when we talk about history in the rap battle, I like this situation because, two artists who are signed to multinational corporations being distributed through Universal, right? Able to go at it, hopefully, um, based on what was said in some of the songs, they're able to see eye to eye with each other, you know, and look past this from that perspective, right? He said, nah. This Grab said, nah, he wrote part six, it was trash. Right. Now, like I said, once again, you know, I can't say that. Like I said, that was kind of like a nursery rhyme, like him, trim, slim, Jim, whim. That there was nothing sophisticated about that rhyme style, if you will. And like I said, once he said the fact that that Kendrick had him second guessing, when once he said that, I knew it was over. It was a done deal. It was a done deal. So, but like I said, these numbers right here, man, it's speaking volumes on what this really was all about. And like I said, Kendrick got three songs in the top 10 on iTunes right now. Drake only has one. And that is a blemish on Drake's career, period. Like I said, people can look at, oh no, well, Drake didn't do those kind of songs. He did this, that, and the other. Like, no, no, no. That doesn't matter. At this particular time, when you look at, well, I called it 6-3, all six versus the three songs that, Kendrick was winning. Not only did he win in that, but like how rapidly Kendrick dropped the songs, right? So he was winning in the delivery, right? And not being patient and just like hitting them and hitting them and hitting them and hitting them, because he write his own lyrics. He didn't have to wait to remember a rhyme, so then go in the studio and say it, and then, wait 2-3 days to drop it. It wasn't that type of party, right? Okay, I said 6-3 from the organic side of it, and just the hip hop, the artist side of it, from the artistic part, dropping the music. But now we're looking at the official numbers and where it really counts, which is making money, royalties, mechanical royalties, publishing, and all of that, You know what I mean? Now you look at that aspect of it, and Kendrick won that too. So it was basically a landslide, if you will. Kendrick won all of it. He won the sales. He won the rap battle. He won the popularity contest. Um, he was the fan favorite. And overall, yeah, yeah. So y'all guys a trip, y'all like liposuction or whatever, man. Yeah, I hear all of that stuff. Like I said, I don't really get sidetracked by it, like the stuff that they say Drake doing or whatever. He can do whatever. That's his personal business. I'm talking about this thing called hip hop. I'm talking about the thing where it don't matter how much money you got, right? How many cars you got, how many girls you got, right? How big your house is, right? It doesn't matter anymore, right? This is about who can get on the microphone, grab the pen and pad, and say the flyest shit. Period. And we know now from this day forward, because I don't believe Kendrick Lamar's even going to respond no more. Because if he was, he would have dropped something by now, right? Fatima, what's happening? If he was going to drop something by now, and he hasn't. So, like I said, I just wanted to bring you guys this, man, and to let it be official. Please do not listen to the naysayers and people who want to side with people who giving them free tickets to a show, maybe sending them a t-shirt here and there, yeah, I'm having a party and you can come and all of this, that, and the other. This is not about that. This was about who was the superior MC, who could go in there and drop it, deliver it, and give you the should I said satisfy your appetite for some good material, for some dope lyrics, dope beats. And like I said, I still think that Meet the Grams is so just like that's a great record right there. That Meet the Grams is a great record. And like I said, once again, that's number 3 on iTunes. You dig? So, like I said, once again, yeah, Kendrick Lamar wins it by a landslide. And Drake basically said, yo, you know what? Kendrick Lamar has got him second guessing everything. Because once again, I'm gonna tell you, I don't think that nobody could have helped Drake. It wasn't about helping Drake. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. This is a win for the culture. Thanks, three states below. But this is not only is it a win for the culture, right? But like I said, it's a win for real hip hop and what it really meant, and what it really meant to be a good MC, and what it really meant to be able to sit down, because this is where the lyrics are born from. These lyrics and the substance that a lot of artists brung, whether it's from the South Bronx, whether it's from Compton, Long Beach, Oakland, um, Texas, um, New Orleans. When you look at most artists, most of these artists come from struggling backgrounds. You know what I mean? They come from poverty, right? And that was the whole thing. When you look at Tupac, his situation and being homeless and mama being on drugs and dealing with those real things, right? Right? See, Drake never dealt with that. That's why he gravitated. He's the guy that came from the good neighborhood that always wanted to hang out with the guys from the projects. You know what I mean? Because there's something about that struggle that sometimes that we can't really identify, and why people love it. And they love it because you could come from all the money in the world, but that thing that you have when you come from that struggle, and you're that piece of coal, and then you turn from that piece of coal into that diamond, and then you just shine, right? It's something about that, and money can't buy that. You understand what I'm saying? You can invest money in an artist, who has those abilities, who has that background, and so on and so forth. But you also have to understand and know that, yeah, this is where it comes from. It comes from places like Compton. It comes from places like Long Beach. It comes from places like whether it's be Washington, D.C., Baltimore, the inner cities, you know what I mean? Like I say, Detroit, from that perspective, So yeah, like I said, Kendrick Lamar, the top songs on iTunes right now, single, Kendrick Lamar officially has a number one single, club banger, and Not Like Us, due to the diss, or the I would call it manufactured beef, right? The manufactured beef, like I said. But Kendrick has 3 songs in the top 10 on iTunes. Drake is at number 8 on Family Matters. And like I said, if you don't believe, because a lot of people, they're gonna come out and be like, oh man, I think Drake won, and then they're gonna come with these excuses, right? No excuses needed. The numbers say it right here, you know. And then some people like to say, I don't care what they say on there, I just feel like. No, this is not about your feelings. This is about facts. The facts said that Kendrick Lamar has the number 1 song on iTunes. He has the number 3 song. He has the number 5 song, right? Drake has 1 song on there. So if you're dealing with that, Kendrick's running about a 33, 35% rate, you know what I mean, from that perspective. And that's that. Well, I mean, yeah, that would be business. Like I said, I think Jay Prince has something to do. He was responsible for helping Drake get on, and or his son. That's business. Like I said, what I'm talking about is this hip hop thing, this thing here. Like I said, nobody could help Drake. Nobody could help Drake from that perspective. Like I said, at the end of the day, nobody help him. The only person that could help Drake was Drake. And I think that when he used that Tupac AI thing, it was downhill. It was like, what? You know what I mean? And then people was like, ooh, when Kendrick gonna respond? When Kendrick gonna respond? And it was like, how do you use Tupac? He never knew Tupac. And then you use Tupac AI. Tupac doesn't benefit from it. His estate doesn't benefit from it, or none of those things, right? It just didn't make any mathematical sense. And then therefore he had to take it down. So with that right there, I knew it was a left curve, I knew it was a left curve. I'm like, okay, nah, this is not gonna end well. And then once Kendrick started dropping, he started dropping nonstop, boom, 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 boom. And like I said, Drake couldn't keep up. It was like, I need a 2-day grace period, if you will, before I drop something else. And that simply wasn't sufficient enough to be really maintain what it was that needed to be maintained. You feel me? So like I said, when you talk about Academics with the guy do I forgot his name, No Shack or whatever his name is, right? I love how they give the antics and all of that. But this is not about antics here. This is about true hip hop. This is about a pen, a pad, a microphone, and a beat. Period. You know, um, when you think about, I heard MC8 talking about him and DJ Quick. You know, I'd still listen to those records, like the DJ Quick records. You know what I mean? When they had their little battle going, this was about who could deliver the best of whatever it was that was going on at that particular time. And so those historical that historical competition at that particular time, the NWA and the Ice Cube thing, right? When you talk about NWA and Ice Cube, no Vaseline, one less nigga to worry about. All of those records, yeah, classic. But the thing that was most required throughout all of that is that the person who was involved with the beef had to write their own lyrics. You could not have nobody write your lyrics for you and then try to deliver something to the people. It just was unacceptable. And in the same thing, that's the thing that they can never change about hip hop. They can't change that about hip hop. I don't care how much money they put into it. I don't care how many people that they try to get involved. They cannot change the fact that if you're going to be considered a top tier lyricist or one of the dopest MCs, you have to write your rhymes. And Drake has taken himself out of that conversation for history's sake. Kendrick Lamar has officially dismantled him from that conversation. So we don't want to hear no more, about, I think Drake one of the best lyricists. No, don't do that. You know what I mean? Because now, in respecting the culture and what it really means, that's not what you're doing right now. I just gave you, I just want to say, I just gave you the numbers. And the numbers don't lie. Kendrick Lamar, out of a battle, listen, and this is the first time that I've ever seen this, and I think this has ever been done in hip hop, if you will. This is the first time, right? This is the first time I think artist has ever scored a #1 song in a rap battle. Correct me if I'm wrong. Right now, Not Like Us is #1 on iTunes. This is the first time that a #1 song has ever been scored from a rap battle. Well, like I said, I don't think J. Cole wants any of that either. Like I said, once again, you got to look at also, let me give you this, because a lot of people don't look at it like this. When you come to California, when you talking about marketplace or market share, if you will, about hip hop, rhyme, and rap and all of that, right? You could sell a 500,000 records in California alone. That's the kind of support that Kendrick Lamar has, right? If J. Cole went against Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole would be felt, but J. Cole got to go against California. And all of the people who identify with the culture and the subculture out here, be it gangs, be it whatever, right? Just that sub, you got to deal with all of that. You can't sidestep that. Kendrick is from that. So, one would want to think before you even step into the arena and try to provoke, Kendrick from that perspective, right? And like I said, this is the first time that a hit song has ever been generated from a rap battle. A #1 song on iTunes has been generated from a rap battle. Who was the mole? Who was the mole, Mike Evans? Well, hit them up and No Vaseline, a 1 and 2. Like I said, depending on who you are, if you really understand hip hop and the dismantling of somebody's career, especially from Ice Cube with No Vaseline, because Ice Cube used to write for Easy. So from that perspective, Ice Cube was just so on point with it, right? And he could talk because he had inside information about how everything went down, the contracts and who was doing what, right? Hit 'em Up, on the other hand, was so effective because Tupac had come from such a place being locked up for something that he didn't do. People talking crazy and greasy about him when he was locked up. People saying that Tupac was raped in jail. And like I told you, from everything that I understand and know from that perspective, that was not true based on the fact that I interviewed his father on the Art of Dialogue. You understand what I'm saying? And you can go check out that interview. And there was nothing that in the paperwork that he received or anything that he received when they gave him a lot of Tupac's belongings from the prison. You know what I mean? Absolutely, positively did not happen, right? And so the thing about Tupac was, if you remember back in the day when Tupac came out of jail, it really, he was with Death Row, but people was like, when he was locked up, it was like his career was dead. You know what I mean? He was on Interscope. He got in that trouble, blah, 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 in jail for something he didn't do. Boom. Okay, cool. Biggie and them dropped Who Shot You. They said that's not about Tupac, which it was. Like I said, once again, people could tell you whatever they want to tell you. I gave you the breakdown. They dropped Who Shot You approximately 2 days after Tupac got sentenced, knowing that he wouldn't be out no more and he couldn't get to the studio. Boom, that's when that song officially dropped. 2 days after Tupac went to jail. So it was strategic. But Pac, being the person that he was, right, came out. So 3 million records in what? A month and a half, 2 months, right? And then in June, after he heard Brooklyn's Finest, right, when Biggie said, if Faye had a kid, she probably had 2 Pacs. Get it? 2 Pacs, right? And Pac went in there and he did what he always did. Even on the Machiavelli album, like I told you, once again, Mobb Deep, Havoc from Mobb Deep. Was it Prodigy or Havoc? I think both of them basically commit Tupac, and they thank Tupac for dissing them on the Machiavelli album. Even though Tupac was gone, it gave them the biggest boost in their career. It introduced them to a whole new audience, and that's the same exact thing that happened with this situation here. As a matter of fact, we are seeing it in real time. Go over there and look at iTunes. Go over there and look at iTunes. Right? Kendrick, In the Spirit, right? Number one single right now. Not Like Us. Why? Drake had the market share. Drake had the female fans. He had more fans, and that's based on album sales. That's based on facts. That's based on numbers. That's based on mathematics. No more, no less. But today, I don't know about tomorrow. Today, Kendrick Lamar has 3 songs in the top 10 singles on iTunes right now. And as hot as Beyonce was, right, none of her songs are in the top 10 right now. I think her album might be in the top albums, but as far as like singles right now, Kendrick Lamar is 1, 3, and 5. 1 with Not Like Us, 2 with Meet the Grams, and 5 with Euphoria. And Drake is at number 8. I'm going to say it one more time. Men and women lie, numbers don't. Yeah, 1, 3, and 5. You can play that. Hey, look, if you play the lottery numbers, you can play that for your three digit 1, 3, 5, or you can play it box. 1, 3, 5, 3, 1, 5, 5, 3, 1. Anyway, pay it in combination, right? You might have some luck with that. But like I said, more importantly, this is what it is. And like I say, back to the Tupac situation, Jay-Z, Little Kim, Mobb Deep, who else was that? Chino XL. All of those guys received a lot of credit from people who did not know them, did not know, of their music. They knew of their music, but they just didn't know of it like that. Like I say, Jay-Z owe a lot to Tupac. And then Jay-Z did pay homage to Tupac's mom. They gave some money to the foundation back in the day. To I think Biggie and Tupac's mom. You know what I mean? So like I said, I think Jay understand that. You know what I'm saying? And they also, once again, when him and Beyonce did Me and My Girlfriend, the remake of Me and My Girlfriend, right? It says it all right there. Tupac, wrote the song about his gun. You know what I mean? Like Me and My Girlfriend. And then Jay and Beyonce did it over. That's that thing when you got that thing, that raw grit talent, that thing that just you can't buy. Money can't buy. Only struggle can produce that. Only struggle can produce that. And so, like I said, in any young man or woman, um, African American, pay attention. You know what I mean? Because, like I said, a lot is can be cultivated from the struggle. You know what I mean? Nothing lasts forever. If you stick to your goals and you stick to your dreams, just like you say, you go look at Kendrick Lamar's first album cover, right? And then the songs and all of that. You can look at it and see, like, it wasn't all peaches and cream growing up, but look at him now. You know what I mean? And it was, this is historic right here. This is historic. The battle is now over. There was a great marketing campaign behind it from Variety magazine, Forbes magazine, USA Today. Like USA Today just did they did an article, right? They did an article. USA Today did an article. And they basically say a quick overview of all 9 Drake and Kendrick Lamar 2024 diss songs, right? This does not happen because they feel like they want to write a story about it. This happens because there's a press release, there's a campaign behind it, right? And like I said, everybody gonna continue to get money. Drake gonna continue to go, and he gonna have his fan base, and they still gonna come support him. You know what I mean? But like I said, in entering the Lions Den with Kendrick Lamar, Kendrick now has some newfound fans, if you will, in 3 songs in the number one song category on iTunes. You feel me? So like I said, I thank you guys for coming by, man. Like I said, it's over. Like Luther Vandross say, it's over now. It's over, man. Yeah, Universal wins. No, everybody wins. Everybody who Alchemist wins. DJ Mustard wins. Kendrick wins. The ghostwriters who helped Drake write his stuff wins. Well, like I said, it works. It worked for everybody. It's over. But like I said, it worked for everybody. And I think, part of the reason why J. Cole bowed out, right? Because this was supposed to be Truly Honestly with Kendrick and Drake. You understand what I'm saying? It's the same umbrella. You're bringing money back to the same house. Thank you, Brandon. I appreciate you. You know what I mean? Yeah, but academics, yeah, I'm sure academics, he won too. But like I said, once again, when you look back on it, right, will they have to be any retractions from what academics was saying? It's not that he won or didn't win. Like I said, the way he was overselling Drake. You don't need to sell something that's dope. Dope sells itself. That's a street. That's from the street. If it's really dope and if it's really good, oh man, it's gonna sell itself. And guess what? The word of mouth is gonna get out about what that is, right? And people are gonna return and they're gonna patronize what it is that's dope. See, that's one thing that the media, they had did to us as far as how getting us to believe, this is hot, he's hot, he's the next Tupac, he's the next this. No, you don't have to do that. He has to show us that he's capable of holding his own when the fire starts. And the fire started, and Kendrick Lamar had the extinguisher, and he put the fire out and walked away victorious. It's just that simple. I don't need to sell Kendrick Lamar. I don't need to sell Drake. Right? Yeah. And like I said, once again, I knew that Kendrick was going to come with it because I'm like, he just write his own stuff. And it's very complex. He gave you 3 different rap styles: in Euphoria, Meet the Grams, and Not Like Us. And now it has never been done before, in where a rapper is involved in a rap battle, right? And comes out with a number 1 song from the rap battle that people are gravitating towards, in reference to it being a diss song about another artist, and people vibing to it, and it took it to the number 1 spot. It's never been done before, right? That's equivalent to when Tupac went to jail, Me Against the World being the number 1 record. It's never been done before, right or wrong. Yeah, it's never been done before. So when you talk about making history, I don't think, you'll hear somebody, they probably listen to what I'm saying, they'll probably now go write that about that now and be like, yeah, you know, it's never been done before. But that's never been done before. Just like when Tupac went to jail and he released Me Against the World, and it went #1 beating out Bruce Springsteen, right? Drake entered the battle with Kendrick Lamar, right? Not anticipating how deadly Kendrick would be with the pad and the pen. And as a consequence of that, Kendrick now has the top song, #1 song on iTunes. It's just as simple as that. Like I said, in all categories, rhyming, delivery, sales, popularity, the algorithmic function of getting it out there, right? Kendrick won all of those categories. So, like I said, thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate the time. Thank you for the donations, man. Your boy Delray. Yeah. Straight gang.